What's going on, guys? Each one teach one, episode 6. Let's go. As usual, I'm gonna wait for everybody to make their way over here. So just give it a couple minutes. Let everybody find their way over here, and then we can get started. We're gonna be doing something different today. Usually I do these segments in the living room of my apartment, but today I'm actually at the beach. So I'll try to show you guys real quick. I'm at the beach because I had plans with friends and my girlfriend to go to the beach, and I didn't want to cancel on them, but I also didn't want to cancel on you guys. So I was like, you know what? I'll just have each one teach one on the road. The pros of doing it on your phone, right? You can take it anywhere. The conditions aren't perfect, but you can still complete the mission. So it is what it is. No excuses. Looking good right now in the sunlight. All right, let's see who comes over here. And also usually, how I start these is I'll go through my posts, right? I'll go through my own posts that I've written and recorded or whatever, and then I'll elaborate on them and go into more further detail and break it down for people who don't really understand. And then after I do that, everybody who's involved can chime in and give their opinions, share their stories, whether similar or not, whatever. But today I don't have my iPad on me, so I can't actually look at my posts, and I can't do it on the phone because I'm on live. So I'm probably just gonna be doing it off the head. Hopefully once everybody comes in here, they'll be able to have some questions and we can just go off of that. But if not, we'll just be freestyling today's episode, which is no big deal. Because sometimes things that are planned in life don't work out all the way, and we gotta adapt, right? You can't just quit, you gotta adapt. So that's what we're here for. So we'll give these people a couple more minutes to find their way over here, So positive thoughts at all times, guys. Oh, Nalu from Oahu! What's going on? Shako Ormo. What's going on, Craig? Shako Ormo. Balot. Hey, I'm just gonna give people a couple more minutes to make their way over here before we get started. Then I'll just explain what's going on. Thank you, brother. We're all beautiful. We're all beautiful, bro. Hey, Craig, if you got... Oh, what is that? Cali AZ Rich Girl. What's going on? Oh, you're a new face. I haven't seen you before. All right, real quick. So basically, usually I'll do these from my apartment, but today I had to meet up with friends and my girlfriend at the beach. So each one teach one. Today's episode is gonna be on the road. So I don't have everything that I usually have. I don't have my posts to read back on. So we're just gonna be freestyling today's session. Or if anybody has any questions, we can just dive right in right now. Probably give like a minute or two for anybody else to make their way over here, but we can get started. Positive thoughts at all times. It's more than just a saying, guys. Don't forget, it's more than just a saying. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of living. It's a turnaround in the way you think and the way you act and the way you see life and the way you go through life. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just a saying. Positive thoughts at all times. Hey, Craig, how'd you find me? I think you're a new face on here too. Did you come from Instagram or Facebook or TikTok? Damn, I'm trying. And you too, what's her name? Cali AZ Rich Girl. How'd you find me? On Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok? Excuse me. All right, I think we got enough time, man. Whoever needs to be here, they'll find their way over here. All right, today's episode, like I said earlier, guys, The conditions aren't the same as they usually are. I don't have my posts to go off of to read, because usually I'll read them and then I'll go into detail about my posts. But I don't have my posts on me. I don't have my iPad, so I can't read through my posts, and I can't look at it on the phone since I'm on live. So I'm gonna kind of freestyle today's session, and then anybody can just join in whenever they feel like they got something to say, and we can just go from there. But first and foremost, let's talk about changing the way you see things. Okay? If you change the way you see things, the things you see will change. You know, a lot of us will see a negative opportunity, we'll see a negative situation, and then all we see is what's going on right there in the moment. You know what I'm saying? We don't really think about everything else that has to do with it. We don't think about why it maybe have happened, why it must have happened, or what reason behind it. We just think a bad thing is happening. Oh my God, it's the worst day in the world. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like a snowball effect from that point. But if you change the way you see things, the things you see will change. So instead of when a bad thing happens, when a negative situation or something happens, instead of why does this keep happening to me, maybe we can ask ourselves, what is this trying to teach me? Because in my opinion, I feel like negative moments, bad things aren't really bad. You know what I'm saying? They're not really bad. They're just, we call them bad because it's not what we would want to happen. You know what I'm saying? Of course, everybody, if we could all choose, we want good things to happen all day, every day, right? But that's not always the case. It's not always the case. But bad things, I feel like bad things play their role too, you know? Because they teach us things. The main reason, in most cases, when bad things happen, it's because we didn't freaking, oh, who's that? Hold on. Dory, what's going on, brother? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, when bad things happen to you, instead of saying, why do they keep happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Okay, because in most cases, when a bad thing happens, when a negative situation happens, there's something you can learn from it. There's always something you can learn from it. You just got to look for it. There's always a positive and a negative, just like there's always a negative and a positive. You know what I'm saying? If you go looking for it, you'll find it. You know what I'm saying? So when a negative situation happens, it's going to be very hard at first, but try to focus on the positive within that negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say I'm going to work, right? I'm going to work and then I get a flat tire. And first thing in the morning, I got a flat tire on my way to work. So I can look at this as, damn, this is the worst thing ever. I got a flat tire. I'm not going to be able to make it to work. I'm going to be late. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to miss out on money. Or you can look at it as like, you know, damn, maybe this flat tire, it happened. Yes, it sucks, but something worse could have happened. I could have got hit by a car. Maybe that flat tire is saving me from getting hit by a car. Maybe that flat tire is saving me from an argument that I would have had at work if I did get there on time. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether it's true or not, it really doesn't matter. The whole point of doing that, though, is to keep your mind clear of the negative thoughts and the negative feelings and the negative emotions that are going to come from those thoughts and feelings. That's the whole point. So some people might be like, isn't that just like manipulating yourself? Isn't that just like making yourself believe something that's not true? Yeah, but does that not work out better than what you had, the prior thoughts you had, which were negative thoughts, which can only bring negative towards you and only make your situation worse? You know what I'm saying? It's you got to learn how to trick your mind, okay? Because we're all born into a negative world. We're born into negative situations. We're born into, you know, negative things, right? Negative environments. Not saying that there's killing going on in your environment specifically, but you just may not be in a mentally positive situation or an emotionally positive situation. You know what I'm saying? So, but we can always break out of it. Nobody is ever too deep into whatever they're into to not get back out of it. Does that make sense? You can always find a way out. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some time, but you can always find a way out. There's never too much bad going on that you can't fix it. Never. It may seem like you can't fix it. Everything around you is telling you can't. People around you are telling you can't fix it, but you can fix it, okay? You can. As long as you believe and you try everything in your power to make it happen, that's it. It will happen. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It may take time. Like I said, it may take work, but it can happen. But all you need to do is try first. You'll never know if you don't try. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Like, excuse me. A lot of us stay stuck in negative situations because we think we can't get out of it, because we think that maybe the chances aren't high enough, or, you know, what if it doesn't work out, or what if this happens after that, or what if this, or what if this, and you keep thinking about all those stuff, you're not going to do anything. Yeah, you totally agree. You got to work at it. Exactly. You'll never know if you never try. That's the main thing. If you can stay stuck in your situation if you want to. Now, you may be like, okay, I want to get out, but it's scary, or I don't know what to do, or I don't think it'll work out for me. You're never going to know for sure. You're never going to know for sure. Oh, hold on. Oh, Barris, where you stay? Right now, bro, where we at? North Shore right now. How was your week, bro? My week was good, man. Dory. My week was good. I mean, nothing really bad happened. And the little things that had happened, that have happened, I was able to fix it. You know. So in overall general, my week was good, man. How was yours? Yeah. But yeah, guys, positive thoughts at all times. All right, positive thoughts at all times. Whenever a negative situation happens, you need to actively, consciously trick your mind from thinking negative and make it change into a positive. It's gonna take actual work. You have to make it happen. It's not just gonna happen. You can't be like, okay, I wanna have positive thoughts. So I guess it's just gonna come out of nowhere. No, you gotta make it happen, because negative thoughts are easily gonna take your attention. You have to be able to fight that and break that and be like, no. I gotta keep the negatives away from me and just keep positive. You gotta. It's like you have to actually make it happen. As everything in life, just like with everything in life, a lot of people think that, you know, I have goals, I have dreams, and in time maybe it'll happen, or if I pray to God, then all of a sudden it'll happen. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. I don't know how, somewhere along the line, people forgot that work is actually needed. You have to actually put in the work to be successful in whatever you're trying to be successful in. Whatever your definition of successful is, in order to succeed in something, you have to make it happen. You have to take the steps necessary to make it happen. You have to put the work in. Okay, nothing happens for free. Nothing falls into your lap. You know, good to hear. My week was good. Busy as usual. That's good, man. Sometimes being busy is needed. Sometimes being busy is needed. Sometimes it's not. But, you know, sometimes it keeps our mind from falling into areas we don't want it to fall in. You know, how you keep yourself busy, that, you know, plays a role too. But busyness is not, you know, it's not always a bad thing. So, especially if you're at work and that's why you're busy, because, you know, the money's coming in, so you're able to provide for yourself. So that's good to hear, man. But yeah, guys, positive thoughts at all times. Like I said earlier, if you guys didn't catch it, usually when I do these, I have my iPad and I'm able to look at my post so I can read it and then go into detail. But today's episode, I'm on the road actually. I'm at a beach because I'm with friends and my girlfriend. So I don't have all my items that I usually have around me, so I can't really read my post, especially since I'm on live right now, so I can't even look through my phone. Just freestyling it, going off the head with this, and just throwing out random thoughts. And if anybody has something, just throw it out, man. It's good for me. I would get lost if I wasn't busy. I've been focusing at my new hobby. Oh, what's your new hobby? What are you doing? You building something? You creating some kind of content? What are you doing? What's your new hobby, if you don't mind sharing? I can't really set my phone up to stand, so I gotta hold it with one arm. And this tripod I'm using is pretty garbage. I can't even hold the weight of the phone. So, but yeah. I started archery. I've been thinking about archery, man. That's pretty cool. Like archery as in shooting arrows, right? That's what archery is, right? Shooting arrows. What made you get into that? Is that like a big thing where you guys are? Because I don't think I've ever seen anybody perform any type of archery in my life, in real life. There's a lot of people out, man. actually can just stand this up. Yeah. What made you get into it? How'd you get into archery? Was it something that you always wanted to do and then you just said, you know what, let me get back into it, or that you used to do it and you got back into it, or is it something brand new that you just said, let me just try this out? I needed to find something to do when I'm off work. It is awesome to help clear my mind and focus on, oh wow, yeah. Wow, that's pretty random to just do that. But that's pretty cool, man. How do you think you are? You think you're pretty good at it? How does it even work, actually? Do you just shoot the targets? Or is there like an actual, how do I say it? Like, is there a sport for it? Is there like actual points and actual game system to archery? I have no idea about it. Or do you just like shoot? I tried it once and I was good, so it was a lot of fun. I did a beginner's course and now I started competing. Oh, that's nice, man. That's nice. I know we have one spot here where I live, in Hawaii on the island. There's one spot where they do archery stuff. I've driven past it and I've seen it, but I've never I've never done it though. I've been thinking about it. Indoor, outdoor. Yeah, the one we have here is outdoor target shooting. That's pretty cool, man. See, I've done like gun range shooting at targets, but I've never done archery, and I've always thought about it. Especially like when I used to watch like medieval type of movies or whatever, when they shoot the arrows way over the castle walls into the enemies. I used to like stuff like that. Camp Erdman, I don't know what it's called. It's over there by the east side. By damn, what's the hike? Cocoa Head. It's by Cocoa Head. That's where the archery is over here. The Cocoa Head hike. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I actually went horseback riding for a couple weeks ago. For the first time. I think the last time I rode a horse of any kind was when I was like a kid, way back in the days. When I was like probably, I don't know, less than 10 years old, younger than 10 years old. Yeah, they do have a shooting range out there. But I went horseback riding. It was pretty cool. Where we did it was kind of boring. They didn't let you really do anything. You just had to sit there and ride the horse, and it was very boring. But horseback riding in general, I think if I had a little more freedom, it'd be pretty awesome. I want to get into horseback riding. I didn't think I would like it so much, but I'm hooked. So I recommend for people to try new stuff. Find something that keeps you out of your head for a few hours a week. Yeah. You gotta find something that keeps you busy, all right? In life, if you're just sitting around doing nothing, it's very easy to fall into negative thinking, to negative anything, okay? You have to keep yourself busy, whether that's work, whether that's doing a hobby, whether that's helping people, whatever you're doing, do something though. As long as it's very hard to fall into negative patterns if you're busy, you know what I'm saying? Because then you don't have the time to sit there and think about all the depressing stuff. You don't have the time to sit there and think about all the negative thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Stay busy. But what you do to stay busy does play a role. Now, I'm not saying go out there and keep going drinking every night, every day with your friends to stay busy. That's not the kind of busy we're talking about, because that's going to bring some negative stuff, you know, every day, all day drinking. So what you do to stay busy does play a part, but that's what's up. Like, that's pretty cool. You freaking started taking up archery classes. And now, so real quick, Dory, if you said, let me see real quick, you need to find something to do when you're off work. So if you didn't have to look for if you didn't have to find something, if you didn't get into archery because you needed that time for when you were off work, you think you would have ever got into it? Or would it have just been a thought until the right moment came along? Positive thoughts all the times, guys. Don't forget, all the time. Let me see while he responds. It's a beautiful day out here too, guys. How's it where you're at, guys? I am not sure, but I definitely needed something to get me out of the house after my divorce. Oh, yeah. How's that going? How you dealing with that, the divorce? I mean, obviously, it's a pretty shitty situation, but how are you dealing with it? How's everything going? You guys on good terms, at least, or what? But it did help that I am good at it. Keeps me motivated to keep working at it. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good, man. Shit, you never know. Maybe you'll be teaching me one day, because I've always thought about archery. But I guess I never really had a reason to go, and I never really cared enough to go make it happen yet. But you never know, man. If anything, you just kind of put it back in my head to try it out. So maybe I'll do it because of you. I'll probably do it, and I'll take a picture, and I'll be like, thank you, Dory. Motivated me to go do it. But it did help that I'm good at it. Keeps me motivated. Yeah, we're on good terms. I'm feeling a lot better last few months. Yeah, that's good, man. But see, it does suck. It does suck when you go through stuff like that. Especially if it happened because they wanted it and you didn't want the divorce. I'm not sure what was the issue between you guys. But it does suck. But that's one of those things where you can let it kill you or you can let it build you. You know what I'm saying? It sucks, but you can let it kill you or you can let it build you. You can let those negative emotions from it tear you down, break you down, keep you down, and keep you from ever rising up again. Or you can take those feelings and use it as motivation to help build you up and put you in a position where you will never have to go through those feelings again, never have to be in that position again, and people will actually, want to be around yourself, not want to be around. You know what I'm saying? You got to use all those for motivation. Bad stuff happens to everybody in different ways, in different type of situations, but we all go through negative moments, man. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, am I going to let this hurt me? Or am I gonna let this kill me, or am I gonna let this build me? It's easier said than done to let it build you, but it can be done. It can be done, especially if you believe it can and you do everything in your power, to make it happen. Oh, it's gonna happen, guaranteed. Yeah, for sure, it was hard, but you helped me see the positive in it. I learned a lot. It just took me time to realize that. You see, and that's another thing too. Like, majority of the time, we already know the answers to our own questions. You know what I'm saying? We already know what we need to do. When we're doing wrong, we know when we're doing wrong, and we know what we need to do right. But it's harder to keep yourself in check, you know what I'm saying, when it's just you. But having another person, having someone you can go to, a positive person that you can bring your stuff to, and then they can give you a second thought or second opinion, even though you already knew the answer, me saying the answer, it was like that wake up thing, right? And it kind of, even though you already knew it, really I didn't do anything. All I did was remind you because you knew the answer already. So, but sometimes we need that reminder. I do too. Sometimes, as much as you guys want to believe that I know everything, bro, I don't know anything. I learn every day. And sometimes even my girlfriend has to call me out on my stuff. She has to keep me in check because I end up slipping sometimes. But that happens to all of us. What's going on, Ronson? My mouth is dry right now. But yeah. And just to recap real quick, today's episode is on the road because I'm at the beach. I had to be out here with friends, but I didn't want to cancel today's episode because I had to cancel last weekend. I didn't want to do it again this weekend. So here we are. I don't have everything I need that I usually have, but we making it happen, man. No excuses. Yeah, it helps a lot to hear from someone else, even though I already know it. Yeah. I think it's like reassurance, kind of, right? Not so much validation, but probably that too, but reassurance. It lets you know that, especially when you hear it from somebody who's gone through what you went through, and then them telling you that, oh, it's gonna be all right, just do this and do that. It makes you think like, oh yeah, see, I'm not alone, and there are other people like me, so it's not as bad, even though it is bad sometimes, and no matter who says what, you still think it's bad, but the fact that you're not the only one going through it, it kind of does make the situation better. Exactly. Especially with the whole quarantine stuff going on right now, the pandemic, and people losing their jobs and this and that. Well, that's how it is in the U.S. I'm not sure about in the rest of the countries, but it's damn. What was I gonna say? It's like it's a situation that sucks. It really does suck, and it's a negative situation, but if you really think about it, the fact that you're not the only one going through it and almost everybody around you is going through the same situation and in the same position, it kind of makes it, not as bad, It's really not as bad. Because it's one thing to suck and to be stuck in a dark place by yourself. And then it's a whole different story when you're stuck in a dark place with like the whole freaking neighborhood, right? It's not as bad. It might even turn into a party, That's just positive thinking, man. I don't know. But the worst situation can happen. The most negative situation, number one negative situation in the world can happen right now. And as long as your mind is in a positive state and can control itself, it doesn't matter how bad that negative thing is. It won't have the effect on you that it's trying to have. It won't. But see, it takes a lot of work, but it's possible to be like that. It's just positive thinking. You have to practice it every day. You have to remind yourself every day. Like with me, how do I remind myself? I print out motivational quotes and posts, and I put them on my wall in my apartment. I put them on my living room wall. I put them in the kitchen wall. I put them on the front door. I put them in my bedroom. I got like 3 or 4 in my bedroom, 3 or 4 in the living room. I got one in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I got one on the front door. I got one in the kitchen cabinet. And the whole purpose of this is to continuously remind myself of the positive thinking, positive thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very easy to fall out of that positive mindset. It's very easy to fall out, especially when we're all living in it's a negative world. Especially if you are hooked into the media and all that. This world is very negative, so it's very easy to fall out of a positive mind state. So if you're anything like me, you have to constantly remind yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to. That's what I do. That's a good idea. I should try that. Yeah, man. I honestly do. If you go back to one of my posts, I don't know which one, but if you go through, I've spoke on that a couple times, and I've actually showed that I literally have these motivational stuff all around. That way I'm always reminded. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'll wake up today in a bad mood, as soon as I get up out of my bed, I see the signs. I see the sign on the wall. I see the sign on the door. I see the sign in the bathroom when I go to pee, when I go to take a shower. So that way there's no running away from positive thinking. And that's how, it's a part of the practicing every day. And then even if I'm not conscious about it, my subconscious mind will pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand this, but the subconscious mind is very powerful. Very powerful. What you feed your mind at all times, it does play a role. So that's what I do. I put up stuff like that, even on like Instagram. If you need to take it to that extreme, even on my Instagram, I had to clean up all my social media. I had to unfollow a lot of stuff that I know is not the best thing for me. Now, I'm not saying that I don't want it, because some of the things I did want, but I had to. It's like a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? I had to make the decision. Like, yes, this is what I like, and it is what I want right now. But is it what I need right now? Is it the best thing for me right now? And in most cases, it's not. So what I had to do, I had to delete. I had to unfollow a lot of accounts actually they weren't all necessarily bad, but they might trigger certain things in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's like a sexual thing, or it's like a past relationship, a past substance abuse issue or something, like I have to remove anything that might trigger me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might not be like that, but unfortunately in some certain situations I am still like that. So what do? I have to make sure that, hey, if I know this might trigger me, I gotta remove it. That's it. I have to remove it, because I cannot take any chances of falling out of my positive mindset. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of stuff online that is negative. That's why I love motivational and positive things like your page. Yes. And you see, look, like I'm not the only guy doing this. There are lots of people online doing what I'm doing. But damn, what was I gonna say with that? That's why I love it. Yeah, but see, there's a lot more negative out there. Even things that are not really negative, but they secretly like put negative stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to ask yourself, what's more important? What I want right now, or what I need right now? You know what I'm saying? And this is something that kind of helps with that process. Like, excuse me. A lot of people are afraid to let go. Whether it's an old relationship, it's an old friendship, It's an old memory. A lot of people are afraid to let go. But here's one thing that helps me with that whole letting go process. You can always, when you move up a level in life, because let's say in order to move up a level in life, let's say that's a kind of success, right? Because we always want to move up in levels in life, right? If you can move up to the next level in life, why wouldn't you, right? So we all want to move up to the next level in life. But every time you move up a level, you're gonna have to shed some of your old, let's say you have to shed your old skin in order to move into your new skin, right? You need to let go of your old baggage so that you can pick up the new baggage. You need to move all the old stuff out of your space so you can have space for the new stuff, right? So every time you go up a level, you're gonna have to sacrifice something. Maybe it's a couple of things, maybe it's one thing, maybe it's a big thing, maybe it's a little thing. It all depends on you and what you got going on and where you're trying to go. But sacrifices are a part of the process. And in my case, certain little things like Instagram, people I used to follow, I had to sacrifice them. That sounds kind of bad, but I had to like unfollow them. That was my sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I want to follow this person. Yes, this person brings me some kind of joy, but they also bring me something that I don't really need in my life. And I had to ask myself, which one's more important? So I said, you know what? I canceled that. But here's the thing. When you move up a level in life, you can always move up and then come back down to visit. But you can never go up if you stay down. Does that make sense? You can always move into the new and come back and visit the old. But you can never go into the new if you stay in the old. So I say that to say a lot of people are afraid to let go, but you have to let go of certain things. It's a part of the process. And then once you let go, you're gonna receive something that's way bigger than what you had before. And in most cases, it's gonna make you be like, damn, I should have done this a long time ago. I should have done this a long time ago. But don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up over it, because everything happens for a reason. And I strongly believe that things happen when they're supposed to happen. It doesn't go on your timeline. Life doesn't move on your timeline. Life doesn't move on my timeline. Life moves on life's timeline. There is no rush. It's just us and our mindset, and we're always trying to rush things. We're always trying to hurry up. We're always trying to make things as like perfect that we want it to be. But we forget that life is not perfect. And you want an example of how life's not perfect? Look at media right now. Exactly right now in today's day, 2020. You know what I'm saying? Life is not perfect. So we need to stop thinking life is perfect and life's gonna go exactly how we want, because it's not. And if you live like it is, you're never gonna be satisfied. You're always gonna be hurt by something. Something is always gonna bring you down because you're expecting is too much. Not saying that you can't expect too high of stuff, but you need to understand things don't always work out, go as planned. If you're not able to be flexible, if you're not able to be like water, was that Bruce Lee who said you have to be like water in life? If you're not able to flow through and keep it moving and adapt, you're not going to make it in life. You taught me that a few months ago it helped a lot to unfollow my ex. I didn't realize how much it affected me to see her more than I needed. Yes, man. See, I don't remember our full I do remember we had that conversation a couple months ago, but I don't remember the full thing. But I'm pretty sure I told you that I went through a situation like that too, right? I went through the divorce. I went through a breakup in kind of a very shitty way too. But after all that, I did find myself, no, Avery's not with us. I did find myself coming back to, looking back at old relationships, and then you think about the what ifs, but you know what that did? That stopped me from going forward. It stopped me from going forward. And me thinking about the past, that's another thing. Being stuck in the past is one of the worst things you can do for yourself. It definitely is, because we're stuck in the past. If you stay in the past, you can never go into the future. If you stay back, you can never move forward. Okay? So, and a lot of people do that. A lot of people don't want to let go. A lot of people just stay stuck in the past, but I was just like that too. I was looking at old photos. I was thinking about old memories, and that kept messing me up. It kept ruining the future relationships that I was dealing with, and it kept blocking my own blessings. That's what I was doing. But once I let that girl go, and there's nothing wrong, it was no negative thing. Everything's positive. We're on good terms as of today. But that's what had to happen for all this to happen. We had to go through that in order to be where we are right now. But that's what I had to do. I had to let her go. I had to leave the past, and it did hurt. It hurt a lot. You know, to be honest, I cried a lot that day, that morning when I finally made the commitment to leave the past in the past. It hurt a lot, but I promise you, if you do it, you're gonna get everything back plus more in a whole different way that you would have never imagined. Okay, and then you're gonna be like, damn, I should have let that thing go a long time ago. But everything happens for a reason, and there's a timing for everything. Yeah, man. So yeah, see, you're not alone, man. And that's another thing. Like, anytime something negative happens to us, we always think like we're the only one going through it, and that's how it feels. It doesn't matter who went through it, how many people. It always feels like you're the only one going through it, and that's all that matters. But in reality, it's not. You know, people have gone through negative situations before you. People will go through negative situations after you. That's just life, you know? There's never all the stuff that happens to us that we think like, oh my God, it's the worst. It's not. It's not. And you're not the first person that it happened to. I'm not trying to sound like, you know, put anybody down that's feeling that way, but I'm just trying to show you that you got to think positive, okay? And these are ways of thinking positive. These are ways of turning the negatives into positive. You can sit there and you can think that this is happening to you and it's ruining your life, or you can be like, hey man, hey, I'm not the only person this happens to. I'm not the first. Especially if you go online and you try to look up whatever your issue is, whatever your situation is, and then you'll see that there are other people talking about this. There are websites, there are forums, there are blogs. Then you're like, bruh, wow, I really am not alone in this, you know? And then that gives you the confidence, and that gives you the motivation to attack this obstacle and this enemy that is keeping you down. That's why I always say, speak up when you guys have issues. You know, speak up. It's gonna feel embarrassing sometimes. You're gonna feel shy. You're gonna feel like maybe they're gonna look at you a different way and they're gonna make fun of you, but whatever. Get it out of you. Get a second opinion. Speak up. Find somebody you can trust. If you don't have anybody in your life that you can trust with these emotional situations and these real, you know, hurtful situations, then go to a random person. A random person has no reason to lie to you. A random person might judge you, but it's not real judging because they don't really care about you like that, okay? And they have no reason to lie to you, and they'll tell you straight up, you know, what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. It's just so hard to see ahead when you are in that kind of position. But time heals a lot, especially when you keep working at making the future better for you and those around you. Yeah. It definitely is hard to see it when you're in that position. It is. But that's why I say you gotta speak up. Reach out to somebody and all that. But yeah, it is hard. It's gonna be hard. Like I said, it's always easier said than done, especially when you're in the moment. But if you actively, constantly practice every day, positive thinking, positive ways of handling negative situations, if you practice it every day, even when you're not in the situation, you're just practicing it just to practice it. That is what helps you so that when those situations come, the moment is not as serious as it would have been if you didn't practice every day. Does that make sense? Like, just like, let's say you're trying to learn how to shoot archery, right, Dory? You can practice on the days you're competing, and that's fine. But you know, if you practice on every day, even days you're not competing, that's only gonna add to it. So that way, when you're on that day when you actually are competing, it's gonna be so much more easier than if you would have just practiced that day. Does that make sense? Yeah, speaking up is crucial. It is. And then you're able to get, when you speak up, you're able to get the help that you thought you would not be able to get. Like, in my case, before I started speaking up about all my issues back in the day, I was just going through life thinking that this is what it is. Maybe I'm just supposed to go through this. Maybe I'm not supposed to be at the top, or, you know, maybe this is just what it is. Maybe, you know, and then I was thinking like, I'll just make the best of it. Like, maybe this is what it is, and it's fine. You know, I'm fine being here. I can just make the best of it. But you see, if I would have done that, then I would have lived a life less than what I should have lived. You know what I'm saying? But then I spoke up, and then I reached out and I got that help, and then the help helped me fix myself and bring me out of that that dark pit that I was in, and then I was able to see things from a different point of view, and I was able to actually see the light, and then I'm like, wow, I was gonna settle for less. I'm so glad I spoke up, because now I know that I don't even have to settle for less. I can get more. I can be more. It's gonna take some work, it's gonna take some time, but I can be more. So I did that, and every day I took a little step forward. Every day. Some days I took 10 steps forward. Some days I took 5 steps forward. Some days I took 100 steps forward. Some days I did nothing. But every day counts. You know, it is what it is. You're not going to be motivated every day, all day, 100%. Nobody is that way. I am not. You guys see my posts online, and every post is motivational, so you're probably thinking, damn, this guy really is positive every day, all day. I'm not. 100%, I am not. I have my moments a lot, honestly. But every day I do a little something. Every day I do a little bit, and then it adds up. It's like a snowball, right? With the snowball, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? It piles up, and then it gets to a day where all those little steps that you took turn into one big step, and then you're like, wow, I'm glad I took those little steps, because they all added up. It's like I think I said this before. Like, would you throw away $1 because it wasn't $100? Like, let's say you were getting $1 a day, but you want $100 a day. So you get $1 a day and you're not satisfied. Are you gonna throw away that $1? No, because you know that if you just come 100 days, you'll have that $100. Yeah, it sucks, but in the end, you can still get what you want. It's gonna take a little time. It's gonna take a little work, but you can definitely get exactly what you want. You don't have to settle. You never have to settle. Never. And this goes for anything. It goes for jobs, it goes for relationships, it goes for friendships, it goes for hobbies, it goes for anything. You don't have to settle. You can have exactly what you want. As long as you're willing to work for it, you can have exactly what you want. And you got to be patient, because everything takes time. Everything has their timing. Man, it's crazy. All right, Dory, I gotta go. You have any last words? Spencer, what's up, bro? I'm on the freaking last couple minutes of this thing, man. If you guys have anything you want to add real quick before I go. Each one teach one, episode 6. Oh man. But yeah, guys, real quick, until someone says something. You guys, I do this every day. Yeah, same. I gotta finish up at work. Thanks for the chat. Hey, thank you, Dory, man. I'll see you, bro. Hey, stay positive, and don't forget, my DMs are always open. So if anytime, brother, anything you need to talk about, if you need to talk about anything, just message me, man, and I'll reply when I can. All right, stay safe and be positive, brother. Everybody else, I do this every day. All right, positive posts every day. Sometimes it's a small one, sometimes it's a big one. Sometimes I'm writing, sometimes I'm just recording a video. But I try to get a post every day. Keep doing your thing, man, and try archery. Send me a picture. Yeah, bro. Hey, you send me a picture too. I want to see. I don't know if you have like a whole setup where there's like gear you wear, but send me that too, man. That might motivate me. But see you, bro. But yeah, guys, I do this every day. Okay. You can find me here on Instagram at Barris Edwards. You can find me on Facebook, Barris Edwards. You can find me TikTok at Barris Edwards. You can find me on YouTube at Barris Edwards. Just search Barris Edwards. All right, all my things are the same. All my social media are the same. My first name, my last name, Barris Edwards. And I post all my content on all of them. Certain ones got certain things. Like if you go on my YouTube, I have longer videos on my YouTube because that's where you can make it longer videos. So if you're into that, go to my YouTube. My TikTok, obviously, you can only have like a minute worth of footage on your TikTok, so they're all the shortest. My Instagram has a lot of writing because you can write on Instagram. So yeah, Facebook pretty much just has all of that. But yeah, you guys can catch me wherever. And I'm here, man. My DMs, like I just told Dory, I say this to everybody, my DMs are always open. You don't have to wait till the next episode of Each One Teach One to get something out. If there's a question, ask me right there. DM me. Now, I don't always respond right away. Sometimes I'll take like a day or two to respond, but I don't want to give rushed answers. And I try to give the best kind of genuine answer I can give for that person in your situation. So I might read your thing, but it might take me a day or a couple of hours to respond. So please don't feel any type of way. Just know I'm trying to be patient and give you the right answer. All right, guys. Positive thoughts at all times. Stop playing yourself. Keep God first, your heart in the right place. You will always win, okay? My DMs are open if you guys need me. Until next time, Each One Teach One will be 2 Saturdays from now, episode 7. So not next Saturday, but the next Saturday. I can't check the date, but 2 Saturdays from now. So not next one, but the next one. It's every other Saturday. All right, guys. Positive thoughts at all times. Stop playing yourself. Keep God first, your heart in the right place. You'll always win. Yes, you can. You got this, baby.